So, hi everyone, I'm Saasha Joshi and I'm a quantum computer intern at Tech Mahindra. Today, I'll be sharing my journey in realizing my potential in quantum computing. It's all about blooming where I'm planted. So, like every other person who tries to get into quantum computing, suffers through a little dark tunnel of unconscious, not knowing anything, or maybe some confusing cluelessness. And I went through the same phase in my life. One day, after getting frustrated from all these things, I decided to just sit down and grab a pen and a paper and ask few questions from myself. The first question I asked myself was, who am I? And it was quite clear. I'm a final year undergraduate student in India studying at Punjab University. And few other things I knew about myself, like I'm good at exploring things, I'm good at doing research, I'm an avid reader, and I'm really good at communication. I can do the public speaking thing. So all this led me to know myself. Next, I wanted to know what I actually wanted, what was my vision and my mission. My vision was seeing myself become a professor doing research in quantum computing and machine learning. I also had keen interest in pursuing STEM in the field of defense and someday start my own entrepreneurship venture. Knowing all these visions, I had to make a mission to achieve all these things. And it led me to believe and it led me to think that in order to pursue all these things, I had to get either an MSc or a PhD in quantum computing, and even get an industrial internship to get to know what actually happens in the industry, how the real research work gets done. There are a few other questions I asked myself, and obviously the next one was, what should be my first step? What should be the next step and the first step that I should take to get into quantum computing? It was simple. I had to start studying quantum computing. First, it's always about doing things on your own. You do not have any mentor, you do not get any advice from anyone. And particularly being a female and in India, I did not have much help and support from either my contemporaries, because I was the first one to get into quantum computing at my college. And there were no professors who were into quantum computing at this stage. And this was the stage I also realized that I should add one more thing to my vision and mission list, which is to provide help to every new entrant in quantum computing. Because when you get into a new field, you do not get much help or you do not get resources in your first step. And I did not want any other person, any other student to go through the same phase that I went through. My first step also included me joining the IBM Qiskit Global Summer School. It was just like the light at the end of the tunnel, dark tunnel, where I got to learn from IBM professionals. I did not have a professor. I did not have a mentor. I did not have a study group in Chandigarh where I could study with someone or take an advice from someone. IBM Summer School made that all happen, everything virtually. And I got in touch with amazing network of people. After getting in touch with these people, I obviously had the question, who can I connect with more? I started connecting with people internationally, people who were working in the field of quantum computing. I expanded my LinkedIn network, logged onto Twitter, and I started learning from every other person. That included professors, students, experts, researchers, and even my juniors. Because it does not matter who you learn from, it matters is what you learn. And trust me when I say this, the quantum computing community is really cool. After this, I had the thing in mind that now, after having every resource, every good link, YouTube video, which I could watch and clear my doubts from, and a good network of people, of course, This is a very good quality which got inculcated in me during my bachelor's, and I think you should learn something from it. So my next step was obviously to start projects in quantum computing, but the main motive was to not waste time. There was not a vacation, not a holiday, and not a summer I wasted watching Netflix or any other thing. I logged on to doing every project and any project I could get my hand on. One more thing I wanted to share is that sometimes we do not have opportunities around us, but we need to create them. Similarly, in my case, I did not have any professor who could guide me on to doing quantum computing in Chandigarh. But I somewhere realized that I wanted to do this and I had to create an opportunity for myself. So I went on to different professors, talked to them, and asked if they could help me or just advise me or just supervise me on me being doing a quantum computing project. I met a professor, a female professor, who agreed on doing this. She was just an advisor. She could guide me things, very basic things about how to write a paper, or even how to write a perfect code, or how you could use data structures in a proper manner. She did not have much of a experience in doing quantum computing, but she was a good support and corroborated and supported me through every dark tunnel I passed while doing this project. I also got an opportunity to intern at the Defense Research and Development Organization in India, where I completed my dream of applying STEM to the field of defense. It was a great moment for me. Next thing I did is participate in various hackathons and challenges. What these hackathons and challenges essentially did is boost my confidence. The imposter syndrome and the lack of confidence I had during my first two stages in my life while continuing in my quantum career, they helped me vanish all those fears. I participated in the IBM Quantum Challenge and achieved an advanced batch by completing every exercise. I participated in my first international conference. I also participated in Xenadu's Q hack, which recently happened. And all this did was increase my confidence and get me more into my quantum computer career. The turning point of my life came when I met my mentors. Through my connections internationally and through LinkedIn and Gmail and every other social media platform, I connected with them. And this turned out to be the turning point of my life. I met Dr. Hausi Mueller and Ulrike Steege. Dr. Hausi Mueller is a professor at University of Victoria, and he was also the chair of IEEE Quantum Week, which happened last year in October. Dr. Ulrike Steege is also a professor at University of Victoria. They both have helped me build my quantum career to a level which I'm confident of today and made me share all these things with you. They have supported me, guided me, and basically provided me inspiration. They also helped me get into the IEEE Quantum Week 2020, where I first time presented a poster internationally in front of a huge international audience. It was a huge success, and it was a huge success for me. I also supported Dr. Steege in her workshop for teaching high school students quantum computing during that event. After doing all these things, the next question again comes, what else can I do now that I've gained everything and I've gained so much confidence, gotten rid of my imposter syndrome? What else can I do? I started contacting other people working in quantum computing. And I also had the mission of doing an industrial internship in my mind. So I started applying to various companies, gave interviews, which went awesome because I had my basics fundamentals, advanced levels, and plus my confidence with me. And I received many offers. One such offer was getting into Tech Mahindra, where I'm currently a quantum computing engineer. I'm working on various projects under the guidance of Mr. Nikhil Malhotra and Mr. Vaibhav Tiwari. Nikhil Malhotra, sir, he's the Global Innovation Lead at Tech Mahindra. And Vaibhav, sir, is the Makers Lab head, who is my direct program instructor manager. I'm working on different projects relating to variational algorithms, parameterized quantum circuits, and essentially quantum machine learning. I've been following various papers. I'm especially a huge fan of Maria Schroll, and I'm reading her papers and I admire her knowledge and her confidence. I've also worked on building variational quantum eigensolvers for molecules, predicting their interatomic distances, and in various other things. On the platform side of things, I'm working on Orchestra and Pennylane with the help of my advisors in Tech Mahindra. Another such thing which boosted my confidence was getting admitted into University of Victoria as an MSc quantum computing student. This was another mission off my list which got ticked. And I'm really excited to join Dr. Ulrike Stieg and Hausi Müller with their team of amazing, lovable people in Victoria, British Columbia. Along with this, I also got a scholarship, NSERC Create Scholarship. It is a quantum British Columbian scholarship, which helps students to pursue quantum computing academically at the 3 top universities of British Columbia. And I'm so excited to join Victoria and this scholarship and these team members this year. The next question obviously comes, how can I share and what can I share? So my basic motive was to help people as much as I can, welcome more and more people into quantum computing. It does not matter how much you know, it matters what you share. We are all at the learning stage.